Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another video. This time around, I am going to do a showcase for the new DLC or the new map that has been released, and that is, of course, the Crystal Isles. I am sure that I'm going to be missing out a lot of things in this particular video. I'm just going to remove that little skin right there because it is annoying. So the idea is we're going to have a look at the Crystal Isles and see what it has to offer. See what the map looks like. I'm sure it's similar to the modded version that was once. Maybe some details have been changed. We'll see what we can find. So this seems to be the Redwood Forest. I'm going to be doing this as quick as I can, so therefore there is very likely that I will miss out on a couple of things. Maybe big things, maybe small things. The idea is I want to see what the map has to offer. Obviously, I want to show you guys what you can find. So the Redwood area seems to be fairly vast. There is a lot of water, and I do like that. That is a feature that I do look forward to on every single map. I personally like doing stuff in the water and taming underwater creatures. I'm going to be curious to see, in all honesty, what we can find. I have to admit, I can't see many creatures at this point in time. It is possible that the game is still loading stuff in. So, and this is, by the way, in single player. It's not on any server. But so far, this area, this Redwood area, looks pretty neat. It is very large, as I can see. I'm going to try and do this somewhat systematically, and I'm going to go with the outside and then go on into the inside of the map. I think that's probably the best way of doing it. This is a very nice area, a lot of flat surface to build on. Okay, I like what I see so far. Plenty of resources. So we've got the Argent right here. I can say right off the bat that I kind of like the textures in the map. There seems to be, we've all seen it up to this point, but I am liking this a bit more than Genesis. There's a lot of flat surface to build on, and that's pretty neat. I like that. We've got some cliffs with a flat surface over there that I had to look at. As I said, I'm not going to spend too much time. I want to do this as quick as possible. It is a huge map. So we have the snow biome right there. It'll be interesting to see what we can find. I would guess that stuff like maybe the Uteranus would be in here, maybe wolves. I'm guessing mammoths, rhinos, the usual stuff that you would expect to find in the snow biome. Although I'm not seeing anything. I'm not quite sure why this is. It'd be nice if creatures spawned in simply because it'd give me an idea of where to find certain things. But even so, it is still a treat. I do like the color of the water. The water looks amazing. So this is the border right here, as far as we can go. But the color of the water is amazing. I love that blue. Okay, we got something over there. What is that? Okay. Some Argent, some wolves, as I expected. We have one of the Obelisks over here. So I want to see what the platform of the Obelisk looks like. Nearly butchered the name. Okay, nothing unusual about the design of the obelisk itself. There we go. We got some mammoths. Okay, this is an interesting design. And we have that thing over there. Something to do with element. Okay. So I will be constantly looking at the map as I explore, just to kind of make sure that I am going in the right direction. I don't want to circle on myself, so things are still loading in, as you can see. I'll have a quick look at this area right here just to see if there's anything worth noting. Otherwise, I will forget about it. Okay. Nothing. Ooh, a bit of a pool going on here. It seems to be getting dark as well. I'm not sure if this is to do with the environment or if it is actually getting dark in the game. We've got some nice colors right there to the bushes. I like that. I do like to see a lot of color in the game. Let's see what we have right here. I saw in the distance some floating islands. Now that is something I have been asking for and suggested. I like the idea of floating islands simply because it reminds me of my favorite game and expansion pack, which was World of Warcraft Burning Crusade. And I thought that was pretty amazing. Oh, I cannot wait. This is my thumbnail right here. I cannot wait to see that area right there. Oh, it's getting dark. Let's see if I can set the time to 8 a.m. Oh, I see something in the distance. Not sure what's going on there, but it looks interesting. Okay, so I'm just setting the time, trying to make it bright. Ooh, some noises going on. Some nice, interesting crystals. This is a very interesting area. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, okay. So this seems to be like water, pretty much. A bubble of water. Huh. This is cool. See, this would have been a better map for Genesis. I like it. And I've only seen a very small portion of it so far, but I like it more than Genesis. One thing that I didn't like about Genesis is having to teleport from one biome to the other. I found that awfully annoying. Okay. I mean, it's a bit dark here. I like it. It's a bit creepy. And all the little shimmers and glimmers in the background do sort of add to it. Ooh, what's going on here? Now this is cool. Wow, this is pretty cool. I like it. A very interesting location. I don't think I'd have a base here, but it is cool. I like what I'm seeing. And even in the distance, I can see some very new structures or elements that I have not seen before. Do you know what? I know this is a mod, or was a mod before it became a, I suppose, official DLC map. And I think the devs can definitely learn from this because it looks amazing. I like what I've seen so far. The whole idea of the water there. I don't know what the purpose for that is. I'm quite curious. I would like to find out what that is for. Okay. So we leave the area with the creepy sound. And we come to this area right here, which looks very interesting. Alright, we get some more sounds here. Interesting. Wow. Okay, we got some metal there. We got some water. Ooh. So we have the Carcanos here. Interesting. Glad I know that. The vegetation is a bit dense in this area, but this looks super amazing. I like it. And what I like about this is it's a different shade of green compared to the previous area. So it's slightly brighter. I'm having a look at the map again, making sure that I'm going in the right area. But this is pretty cool. See, this is a place I would want to build a base, or in this area, close to this area. The whole idea of floating islands is super, super intriguing to me. Super cool. I find this amazing. Wow. Okay, so that looks like a fist to me. That structure right there looks like a bit of a fist. Oh well. So we're going into a different biome. Check this out. Okay, let's have a look underneath here. So we've got these like fog things going on. We've got some glimmer from the water. Super cool. I like this. We've got that mountain volcano, whatever that is in the background there. I'm going to go have a look at that. But I like this. I really do. There is so much variation in the color palette. This is what Genesis should have been. I hope that with Genesis Part 2 that they take some lessons from this and maybe actually use something like this. This is what it should be. There's no annoying teleportation system. Oh, what's up here? Oh, it's a bit hot. Nice tree at the top of the volcano. We got another little volcano there. This is pretty cool. Ah, there we go. We got some green in this giant forest of red trees. So a little oasis of green. Okay, we've got a splash of green here and there. And some crystals right there. I'm assuming you can harvest those. I mean, it is called the Crystal Isles, so I'm guessing this would have a lot of crystal. Okay. So let's see what we have this way. There is a gap that I missed out, so I'll try and fill that out. Check this out. So we go from like red, rusty trees to like pink trees. This is so cool. We've got some green, a bit more green in here. But it looks pretty neat. Okay, so maybe go into this direction. Some more floating islands. Not big, but enough to attract my attention. And this right here. Okay. I'm assuming this place would be very hot. I am using God mode, so you know I'm not really. I mean, not even in God mode, I'd get the effect. I like this. This is so cool. Oh, check out that obelisk. That looks super amazing. I like how the vegetation crawls up it. It adds so much to it. Like, this is super cool. Heck, this might be my thumbnail. I don't know. It looks very interesting. Let's see what the platform looks like down here. Okay. Similar as the one before. So no difference there. Yeah, you can fly through the structure of the platform. It isn't a solid thing. Kind of expected that to be. Got some giant mushrooms. Alpha Raptor right there. Definitely do not want to encounter that guy when you are playing the game. Can hear some bees by the sound of it. Okay. So this would be like a bog biome, marshland sort of thing going on. Got some interesting plants that I've not seen before. And the variation in just the color green is pretty interesting. There's quite a bit of variation in greens. I like that. I'm just having a look around. The area looks amazing. I like the fact that, like, for example, this area would be a very challenging area to build in. And if you build a base on top of one of these floating islands, it'll be a bit of a challenge to raid. Got some waterfalls. That's always nice. Always like seeing waterfalls in Ark. A little pool right there. Okay. So this is a very densely vegetated area as far as I can see. And after this we go into what appears to be a desert biome. Okay, this is a shallow end. I don't want to see how shallow it is because it will take me out of flight mode. And it'll be annoying to get to the edge just to get back into flight mode. So this is where I'm at currently on the map. Wow, this is nice. Okay, so that potentially might be a rock elemental. So we might have rock elementals. I do wonder if in this desert biome we will see death worms. So we got some spiky lizards, thorny lizards. Interesting structures going on here. We've got loads of sand and like cliffs. We've got loads of little creatures going on in the sand. I think this area might potentially have death worms. It wouldn't surprise me if they do, and it would make lots of sense as well. The desert biome seems pretty vast as well. So there's a lot of surface to cover and explore. A nice little bay area right here. So you can build a nice little water pen. Although I don't know how deep it is, so that would impact what sort of creatures you can keep. Of course, I'm referring to the water creatures. I've not had a look underwater. Oh, this looks interesting right here. What's going on here? Oh, nice. Okay. So let's see. We've got some of the Spinosauruses. Okay, so there's a way out up there. Alright, let's have a look up here. Fairly flat surface. This is pretty cool. Oh, hey, check this out. Hold on a second. Whoa, I thought these guys were meant to be passive. Hold on, let's have a good look at them. So I'm going to put players only on so I can have a good close look at these guys. I thought you guys were meant to be passive. Oh well. So we've got this green wyvern. They seem to all have the or be modeled off of the fire wyvern. This guy looks cool though. I like these colors. Yeah, this is pretty neat. I'm guessing they'd try to go for me if I didn't have players only on. But it's nice to see. Okay. Huh. I'm not sure why this is a thing. I thought these guys were meant to be passive tames. It's probably a different variation of wyverns. Anyways, carrying on. What else have we got that could potentially be interesting? So even like in the desert area, there seems to be plenty of water. This is pretty neat. This is going to come in handy. So this is what we've done so far on the map. We've got this area right there that you can probably travel. I'm not going to go down there. I hope there's nothing important that I'm missing out on. And I'm sure if there is, you guys can tell me. I'm trying to keep this as quick as possible. And just hopefully, you know, people will get an idea of what the map looks like. and maybe where they would want to build. Okay, he's kind of stuck there. He's not going anywhere. That's a bit of a bad spot to spawn in. Okay. We're having a look around this area to see what we have. Another interesting area. So a lot of color going on. The white sandy beaches with the water and the bright green grass. There's a wyvern right there. This is so cool. Hold on a second. Let's have a look at this guy. So he seems about the same size as a normal wyvern, but he doesn't have a skull on his head. So maybe this, yes, this is the one we can tame. Nice. So I now know where to find these guys. Yep, he's not aggressive or anything. That's good to know. We have a dodo with a celebration hat on. Okay, so moving on. What else is there to see? Okay. There's lots of water. That's cool. I mean, it does seem to be fairly shallow. I think as a player you still need to do a bit of swimming, but with a tallish creature you should be able to get through it fairly easy. So it wouldn't be any big of a inconvenience. So I like this. Trikes, Brontos. I actually found a wyvern. That's pretty cool. I like it. Might actually go and tame it after this, just to see what I can do with it. Like here, I don't know how you'd build, but it's still, I think this is, after the area with the red trees, this is my favorite area so far. There's lots of water. It's very lively colored, and it just feels very paradise-like. So I like this. Lots of crystal structures in the cliffs. And the areas, yeah, the areas around seem to be fairly flat. I mean, they're inclined, so it'd still make building a bit of a challenge, but not that much. I mean, there are maps and regions on the maps that are quite difficult to build on because of how uneven they are. We got some crystals right here. I wonder which ones you can harvest. So I'll be curious to find that out. So the tropical crystal wyvern was the only one that we actually saw of the new creatures that we can tame. So I'm just having a look at the map again just to see where I am situated. To see what I've seen and get my bearings, of course, and go in the right direction. And not go back on myself. By the way, just to point that out, it took forever to get this damn DLC to work. I installed it off of Steam. Then when I tried to play it, it just brings up the Steam overlay window. Initially, it said that I couldn't play the game because of my preferences that I had set. And apparently those preferences were set not to allow violent games, which is really weird because, I mean, this is a violent game. It is more violent towards other animals, sometimes players. But Conan Exiles is far more violent, if you ask me. And I play both of these games a lot, so how that preference got set, I have no idea. Anyways, even if after I removed that setting, I still wasn't able to. Turns out I needed to reinstall the map from Steam, which took about 3 hours. So at the time of recording this, it is more or less 5 a.m. in the morning, and I haven't actually closed an eye since 24 hours ago, basically. So I am a bit tired, but I did want to have a look at it. I did want to make this video to showcase the Crystal Isles map. I like it. This is cool. I think after Ragnarok, this is my second favorite map, and I've not even played on it yet. I really like what this has to offer. It'll be nice when we are able to use all of the creatures from other maps in this area. This would probably be a place to come, at least for me. So we got gas bags as far as I could see, which is pretty neat. So another thing that I noticed is that the transitions from biome to biome are pretty nice. I like these cliff structures that we see right here. The transitions are really well done. So we're going back towards that volcano area, having a look at the map to see where I have not been. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is one of the areas. So I'm going towards it right now. Just getting a aerial view for orientation purposes. There's a lot of color. I like it. Somehow it doesn't feel so bland. We got Tech Rex right there in the distance. So we just have this patch of land right here that we've not seen. What I think would be nice on this map for the added flavor. Ooh, Titanosaur right there. So we have Titanosaurs. That's something I've not seen in a while. Yes, as I was saying, one thing I think would be nice to be on this map would be an underground map or area or region, just like Volguero has. And that would make it the ultimate map. So much so that I would probably move my base and all of my creatures onto this. Okay. So this is the area we've not seen yet. This right here, very interesting. Brown, red, brick brown, sort of reddish color on the foliage. And then it transitions into the red trees. We've got some nice, interesting structures here in the environment, which is what I was looking at just a couple of seconds ago. There's so much going on in terms of the design. I mean, there aren't any like architecture structures, but the map itself is absolutely interesting. See, I'm more keen to play this than Genesis. This is pretty neat. Maybe if this had some Genesis elements, then it could have... I mean, yeah, Genesis is probably one of the worst DLCs. I would say Genesis is the second worst DLC. I think Aberration was one I didn't like. Okay, so we've kind of seen pretty much everything. Ooh, there's a Quetzal, so we know we have Quetzals. I do wonder what level this guy is. Okay, fairly decent level. Alright, wow, okay, this is an area to build a base. A lot of trees around. That area right there in front of me, very flat. This is definitely a PvP base area. Okay, I thought there might be a cave there, but there doesn't seem to be a cave. Okay, so just a small patch to see. I'm trying to See, I don't even have the marker enabled, so I don't quite know in which direction to go. I am looking at the map and trying to base it off of visual reference in terms of what I can see in the distance. Oh, hey, this is a nice area right here. Red crystals. We got some green algae in the water. This is pretty neat. I like it. And again, lots of flat surfaces. Nice red drop that expired. I think that's pretty much it. I don't think there's anything else that I have not yet seen. I mean, I'm sure that I missed out on a lot of little nooks and crannies and secrets that this map has to offer. And you guys can let me know down below in a comment. I'll check them out when I do play the game. But so far, I'm really happy with it. It was a pain in the backside to get running. Yes, definite pain in the backside. I even left a negative review on it simply because how difficult it is to actually get it running. But with that being said and done, that is it for this video, folks. I do hope that you have enjoyed it, and if you have, please don't forget to support me and the channel by hitting that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more similar content from myself, and if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on the channel. Who knows, you might just enjoy them. And don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos and content to the channel. Also, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links to this, of course, you can find down below in the video's description, as well as in a pinned comment from myself. Until next time, stay safe, folks.